Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Underdog MLB, and today I'm going to be showing you guys all the methods that I know to make the most stubs in MLB The Show 20. Now, I feel like a lot of people do put out how to make stub guides, and you could definitely go and watch those, but I feel like in this case, my methods are really some that are not talked about, and they're not just like stupid things like play rank seasons and play battle royale, because some people don't have the time to play rank seasons or play battle royale and grind for World Series, and also some people like me aren't good enough at the game to make World Series or to go 12-0 in battle royale, so that's really not an option. So these methods that I'm going to tell you today are going to be methods that, in my opinion, work best for everyone, and it doesn't require very much skill at all. So let's go ahead and get right into it. The first thing I'm going to tell you guys about is going to be some basic stuff, and that is going to just be putting in buy and sell orders. And what that is basically right here. You can see we have the buy column and the sell column. So someone with this 53 overall Colton Brewer right now wants to sell him, and he has two options. He can sell him for 25 stubs right away, or he can put in an order for less than 106 right here, but he has to wait for that order to go through. And then once that order is in, someone who wants to buy this 53 overall Colton Brewer can buy that order that someone else put in for 106 stubs, or they can put in a buy order for above 25 stubs, which is what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to put in for 2 stubs more than the listed price. And boom, if someone wants to quickly sell Colton Brewer to me, I get him for significantly less stubs than it is over here, and this is what you want to be doing all the time. If you just quickly buy someone or quickly sell someone, you may think, oh, this is just 60 whatever stubs that I'm losing out on, and you're not gonna miss out on that many stubs, but really it all adds up, and you're going to lose a lot of stubs this way. And if you just put in buy and sell orders and wait for them to go through, you gotta be patient. It's really gonna help you out in the long run. Another tip that I have for you guys is, especially for those of you who don't have a lot of time on the game, there is a website that I feel like not a lot of people know about. It's called theshownation.com. You want to go there, you want to check that out, and you can just go on your phone, and you have access to the entire community market on your phone. So you don't have to be at your PS4 to be flipping cards and making stubs. You can just do that all through your phone, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't really take advantage of. Like, for example, if you're at school or if you're at work, if we ever get back to school and work with this COVID-19 thing that's going around here. I can't say the other word because YouTube will come for my family, but that's something that you can do, and you don't necessarily have to be on your PS4, as you can use the website to make a lot of stubs, and you'll just save a lot of time there. So let's get into some of the more advanced stub making methods right now, as I just got this Anthony Rizzo buy order to go through, and this is probably the biggest way that I think is best for making stubs. And this is how I got the Willie Mays card in MLB The Show 19 in about a month. Is I would just flip live series gold cards. As you can see here, there's some pretty good stub margins, like here with this Trey Turner. There is about a 500 stub gap. Now that is going to go down because there is a 10% tax on sell orders. But still, if you put in buy orders, then you get this Trey Turner, and then you go back and sell him for more than you bought him for, you're going to be making profit. And if you do that a lot and on your phone whenever you have time, you just constantly flip cards, that is really going to help you out. If I can ever find this Anthony Rizzo card. I bought him for, you know, a decent amount, but I'm gonna go ahead and sell him here for 2,697, and boom, I'm gonna go back and show you my completed orders. I bought him for 2,462, so it's not that much stubs. I'm only gonna be making about 100 stubs, but hey, this is post-editing me. I just realized that I actually lost stubs by flipping that Anthony Rizzo card there. I bought him for a decent amount, and then his flip was pretty good, but someone put in a sell order for lower than I was able to make profit for it, but I sold him anyway. Don't do that. Wait for him to go back up in price, because he will eventually. Yeah, don't hate me. Like I said, these things add up, and if you just take your time with these gold cards, they're gonna flip pretty fast early in the year, because everyone's on the game. Everyone's trying to get that Mickey Mantle. So you definitely want to go ahead and flip these gold cards. Another thing I do want to talk about is investments. Investments is basically where you see a card that you think is going to go from gold to diamond or silver to gold, like right here, Manny Machado. If he has even an average season, I could see him going up to diamond this year. So that's why his price is so much, because everyone thinks he's going to go up to diamond. But what you want to do is you don't want to necessarily look at just like the top cards like Manny Machado, JD Martinez, Joey Gallo over here is selling for 9,000 stubs. You don't want to go for those, because as soon as they go diamond, their prices are actually going to go down because everyone's trying to sell them. So what you want to do is look for some cards that not a lot of people are really taking a look at. Like, for example, someone like Anthony Rizzo, like I just mentioned. And instead of flipping him, you just take all your stubs and you buy a bunch, 10, 15, however many you want to do of Anthony Rizzo, and you just save up on him until he goes diamond, and then you sell him once he goes diamond, and you're going to make a lot of stubs that way. And you definitely want to look for guys that not a lot of people are talking about, and obviously you know that because their prices are lower than everybody else. Let's see, Justin Turner often goes diamond every year. Rizzo order just sold. I'm not going to flip again, no, because his gap isn't very good. Okay, Tommy Pham here. But you definitely want to be looking out for those guys. And another thing is a lot of YouTubers will put out videos about who to invest in for players that they think are going to go from gold to diamond. Do not take the advice of those YouTubers, because once they put out those videos, the prices of those cards are going to go up significantly. You definitely need to do your research and get your investments in before those YouTubers make those videos. Like, for example, Cougs46 typically makes roster update prediction videos about 2 days before each roster update, and you definitely want to be investing in players before that, because players always go up in price after he makes those videos, and you're just not going to be able to make as much stubs after that happens. So you definitely want to be doing your own research and taking a look. And even if this is another tip I have for you guys, because I see this a lot, and it is really just kind of makes me upset for the people who do this. Like, let's say you invested in 10 of these Marcus Simeons 1 week, and a lot of people think he's going to go diamond, and then he doesn't go diamond in the roster update. Do not just sell him off. That's what a lot of people do right after the roster updates. But that is really just killing your potential to make stubs. You want to hold on to him, because there's going to be so many opportunities later in the year for more roster updates. He still has a high likelihood of going diamond. It doesn't revolve around just one roster update. So just because someone doesn't go diamond in one update, you still want to hold on to them and make sure you make the right amount of profit. This is another tip that I feel like not a lot of people know about, and I'm not sure that's going to be in the game this year. They may have patched it, I'm not sure, but it has to do with roster updates, and so they haven't had any of those yet, so I'm not sure if they've patched it or not. But something that you might want to be interested in doing is, like, you go here, someone like JD Martinez, price is super high right now, but what you could do is you could put in a buy order for, let's say, 1,300 stubs, and once he goes diamond, everyone's going to be selling them off so they can make stubs that they made through investments. And what happens is the base price of a gold is only 1,000 stubs, so you can buy golds for as low as 1,000 stubs, but the base price for diamonds is 5,000. So if you have a diamond, that's typically why they're more expensive, is because the base price is 5,000 stubs. So if you have this order in here, what happened last year was when a player would go from gold to diamond, these orders that I had in, like this 1300 order, would still be in there even though he's a diamond. And so if the buy orders went down and down and enough people quick sold JD Martinez to the point where it got down to my order, I was at 1300 stubs and I could buy a diamond for significantly less than the lowest possible price was, because I had put that in before he went diamond. And so that I'd get a bunch of JD Martinez's if I did that enough times, and I basically kind of cheat the market in a way. I mean, it's not exactly cheating because it's a thing you can do in the game. It's not a glitch, but we'll see if it's in the game. But that's definitely something you do want to try because it's really no risk for you. And then I want to talk about here some of the best times to be going and flipping cards on the market. For the maximum stub making potential. So the best time that I feel like that I found all last year was when Player of the Month and Tops Now come out. And I do just want a disclaimer, I don't know how many of these sets are going to come out this year, obviously, because the season is shortened until at least the middle of May, and it could be further than that, but I would have to believe that Player of the Month and Tops Now are going to start coming out at some point when the season eventually does pick up. And when that happens, about the first 2 days after Player of the Month and Tops Now come out is like everybody's trying to complete those collections, and you really want to be flipping the Player of the Month and Tops Now cards. They go really fast, and they typically have like really good gaps, especially the Diamond Player of the Month cards. You can make like up to 10,000 stubs per flip, which is really insane, and that is really something that you want to be looking to do when those cards eventually do come out. Another thing about flipping cards is, again, has to do with the roster updates, and a lot of people, a lot of prices are going up. And a lot of people are trying to buy and sell cards right before the update. So that's a really good time to flip cards. But right after the update, the market just crashes. Like, the prices for cards just go straight down. And you want to make sure that you don't have any flips in the process of being flipped while the roster update is, like, about to happen. Because if they don't get sold off and then the prices go down, you're actually going to lose a lot of subs that way. So make sure you're not doing that. But then in the days leading up to roster updates, you definitely want to be working the market really hard. Those are very important days. And obviously, whenever they really have any sort of content drops, more people are going to be on the game. So, like, for example, the other day, they just had these headliner packs in the game. A lot of people are going to be opening these to try and find that Jimmy Rollins. So they're going to get a lot of cards that way, and then they're going to be trying to sell them off. So that's a pretty good time to make stubs. One thing I do want to note with packs is you want to be taking a look at, like, the odds of packs and also the featured players in the packs and how much they're going for. Like, for example, this prospects pack over here, you want to be taking a look at the odds of the pack. So over here you can see 1 in 3 chance to get the mid round and 1 in 10 chance to get the high round. And you also want to take a look at the prices of each of the players, like this Jesus Luzardo and the Royce Lewis are in the high round, and then the Kopech and the Pache are in the mid round, and then you got the Rodriguez Manning and Magical in the low round. And you just want to be taking a look at prices and seeing before you rip these packs. I know it is fun for a lot of people to rip packs, but it's really just not very smart monetarily, especially this prospects pack. The odds of you making profit are not very good, and you just want to be taking a look at those odds for making profit before you rip packs. Now, something like this Jumpstart pack, in my opinion, this does pretty much give you profit. You cannot sell any of these cards in here, but the value of these cards is worth more than 15,000 that you're gonna pay on this pack. Pretty much guaranteed. I mean, there's a slim chance that it's not, but you're gonna be saving yourself a couple thousand stubs by doing this Jumpstart pack. So I definitely recommend that. And then standard packs. I mean, there's definitely a big risk. I feel like the more you buy, the more your chance to break even is, especially because prices are so high right now. But I still would just not recommend buying standard packs. I feel like that is kind of wasting your subs, and you'd be better off putting them to a use that you know is going to pay off. Another thing that you guys should be just looking out for is this exchange thing over here. This has typically in years past been a pretty good way to make stubs, and you just want to be going in here. I wouldn't recommend really doing a common to bronze because that's not really that much stub making potential. But the bronze to silver, and especially the silver gold, I know Gomes the Legend made a video about this, so the prices may already be going up on these players. And you might not make as much stubs, but I still feel like you're gonna make a lot of stubs if you do this. You just exchange a lot of cheap silvers, and the golds are really expensive right now. So if you just find the right silvers to buy for cheap, and you exchange them in here, boom, you're gonna receive a gold pack, and you're gonna go ahead and open that up, and you're going to get, if you do this enough, a lot of gold cards, and your odds of making like a lot of profit are pretty good. As I'm gonna show you here. You're gonna take a look at the prices of the gold live series cards, and if you pull one of these top guys, Juan Soto's going for 6,000, Chris Bryant, Ken Giles going for 5K, Giancarlo Stanton's going for 6K, DJ LeMahieu 5,000. These two are going for 6,000. You got Joey Gallo over here going for 9,000. There's just so much opportunity for you to make profit with all of these expensive gold players. If you do that, those exchanges, and you just want to be taking a look at those throughout the entire year to try and see what the best opportunities for making stubs are, because they're going to change as the market shifts and as less people start playing the game. This is also something I kind of want to talk about. As less people are playing the game, the market prices are going to go down, and guys' values are going to go down just because they're not worth as much anymore, because the game isn't as new and not as many people are playing it. So you definitely want to be taking a look, because things are definitely going to be changing throughout the year based on the best ways to make stubs. And if things drastically change, I'm definitely going to be making a video to update you guys on it and keeping you guys updated with stuff that happens. But these are the tips that I sort of gathered from last year playing the game. And like I said sort of at the beginning of the video, I don't spend any money on this game. I can only play this game for an hour every day, and last year I did get Willie Mays done in about a month and a half. I said a month. It was more like a month and a half, but these tips right here really just were the only way to make that possible for me. And you know, if you hear other people just saying like play the game and do moments and do XP reward path, I'm sure that's going to get you stubs, but I feel like they're not going to get you quite the same quantity of stubs as these methods right here are going to give you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please slap a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you are new. This is the first video of MLB The Show 20, but it's definitely not going to be the last. I'm hoping to get daily content out to you guys while I am in quarantine over here. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.